Aquarius, to my sanctuary, to my temple of tarot, astrology, and yoga. I'm out here on my lanai, on the big island of Hawaii, broadcasting from my hammock. This is a tarot and astrology forecast. This is relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Aquarius. You were the last sign this previous month, so now you're the first sign this month. This reading is just follows the transits of Mars and Venus. It's a very simple reading, very simple astrology reading, giving us a background, the backdrop for the tarot forecast which will follow. I do private and personal readings as well, and there are links below to my website, grandcentralhealing.com, if you would like a reading with me. I've been reading for over 40 years, and 74 coming this March. I'm a Pisces, Scorpio rising, but my Venus is in Aquarius. And there are a multitude of options that I've given you as far as personal and private readings are on my website. I'd appreciate your support. If you enjoy my readings, I would love to help you. And thank you for being here. So let's begin. This month, March 2006, Mars is moving into Pisces. And Pisces is your second house. Mars is the planet that represents aggressive, forward-moving energy. And it's a high-velocity month, therefore, for your financial concerns, for your work, for your job, for your means of income. So you're going to be able to lend your energy towards making your life more secure, bringing in more revenue. The Venus transit is in Aries, and Aries is your third house. And the third house is the house of community, your immediate surroundings, and communication, siblings, male, female siblings as well. So you're, because Venus is the planet representing harmony, love, peace, and support, it would be a wonderful time for you and your siblings to get together and celebrate your relationship or whatever other event that is important to you. Could be birthdays, your birthday, which has already passed, but birthdays or weddings, all kinds of ceremonies. This is a beautiful time for that. And Venus is also will make your communications more diplomatic, more harmonious. So you'll be a diplomatic warrior as well as a financial warrior. This combination is excellent for networking, for getting the word out, for exploring your neighborhood, and the people in your neighborhood. It's a beautiful time of the year to expand your financial horizons and your group or community horizons as well. So, all that said, this is a very simple reading. I just want to create a background for what's coming up next. And that's your tarot forecast for March 2026. So stay tuned. All my love. And thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting me. I think as weather permits, I'm going to try to do all my readings out here so you can get a feel for what it's like living on the big island of Hawaii. I live off-grid in this beautiful community of loving people, loving, supportive people who are always bringing me flowers and fruit and love. So I'm very grateful for being here. I'm grateful for you being here too. So wait for your reading. All my love and aloha to my temple and to your tarot forecast for March 2026. Relevant to you again if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Aquarius. It's a little rainstorm passing us by. It's been raining for the last 4 or 5 days, which is why it was so difficult for me to post. So that's why you have to subscribe. Here are the cards, and we're ready to begin your forecast. I'll place them on this frame, and then we'll zone in on it a little bit more closely. Let me shuffle. Although the cards have been pre-shuffled, I like to do a little bit more in front of you. And what I'll also do is I'll insert 2 reversals, like so. And then this is a 4-card spread. The first card will represent the overall mood or energy of the month. The second will be the challenge. And the third will be the unexpected. The unexpected, the surprise element of the month. It's always the most exciting for me. And then finally, we'll sum it up with the outcome or the result. And I'll try to correlate it to the background information on the astrology forecast. Remember, your Mars is in the 2nd, so there's a lot of emphasis on how you make your money, your material well-being, and your community, your siblings, short trips, new ideas, inventions, inventive ideas. So, with that, let's begin your reading. The first card, again, represents the overall mood or energy of the month. And we have, look at this, we have the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands. You see that? We'll just focus in on the card, and I'll think about it for a moment. The 7 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, pardon me. As you can see, there's a gentleman who's standing on high ground, which can be interpreted metaphorically. You take the high ground. It certainly does follow that you may have been through some troubling times, perhaps financially, or perhaps where you live, your community, or even with your siblings. And now it's important that you stand your ground, that you stand up for yourself and what you believe in, or you stand up for what you built materially, financially. So this may be a period of time, the March month, where you hold the line in some way. Perhaps there's a final challenge coming up, a challenge that you will achieve recognition, respect, and maybe even advancement in your job, a promotion. This is also indicates a very highly competitive environment where you really have to show yourself. You have to show everyone what you're made of. Or you might be just having to protect your assets, protect what you've achieved. And also because Mars is in the second, you might be overworking. And this is saying that even if it's very tough, you can't give up now. No, you can't give up now. You also have to have a high level of skepticism, to be alert on any kind of, I guess something like a get-rich scheme, or if something seems too good to be true, it's more than likely that it is too good to be true. Perhaps you've also formed a very strong opinion about something, about your community, about your job, about how it should be done, about your work environment, because this is very intensive. This is high intensity, high conviction, and taking a very defensive posture. Could be you're feeling under fire in some way, but because of Venus in the third, there may be social friction that has to be diplomatically resolved. You feel that you're in the right, and you may need to prove it. Some may have to set boundaries in your work or in your neighborhood, with your neighbors, with your community. Maybe you're finding it difficult to find a seat at the table, so to speak. Whether this is in a social group, in your family, with your siblings, or in your work. You know, Aquarius is a sign of independence, and it may require self-advocacy. So pick your battles, but don't back down. You've got to check your ego. Don't be too defensive, or you might push away a well-meaning ally. That is the overall energy of the month. So let's take this and put it in here so that we have it. And then we have, in the position of your challenge for the month, we have a reversal. We have, this is a major arcana reversal. That's the Chariot reversed. Let me make sure that's going to go in there properly so that it holds steady. There she is. That is the Chariot reversed. Well, that's a beautiful challenge, really, because the Chariot is a vehicle used in ancient times for battle, in battle. And we had a card just previous, the Seven of Wands, which indicated a very highly competitive environment. So, because the Chariot is reversed, there may be a failure to launch. You may be spinning your wheels in some way, feeling that you're not making progress, even though you put a lot of effort into your work or into your project or into whatever it is you're doing. You don't seem to feel there's adequate progress being made. So this might be about being indecisive, hesitant, or perhaps you're just taking on too much debt, Mars in the second, or spending wildly without any conservative balance. This is indecision. You need to follow a structured financial plan, because you might have taken on too much debt. This is also about making financial or investment decisions without having adequate information, data. So you need that information or data before you make such decisions. Or there may be an over-reliance on other people's financial support. The Chariot reversed seems that you might be putting on the brake somehow in some financial matter. You need good advice. Maybe you need to stop rushing around and review your current situation conservatively. Gather up the data. Gather vital information, all the facts, and then set a clear goal. That is your challenge. All right. So now, in the position of, let me put that in there as well, in the position of the unexpected. Let's see what is unexpected. Wow, all right, upright. We have the page. Pages are about news, about messages. And the cup is about emotional messages. I hope that stays right there. There we go. Emotional messages. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. It's also about artistic or creative projects. So an unexpected creative project, unexpected emotional connections. Maybe you meet someone, younger person, who becomes very much a part of the scene, the social scene. Or because Venus is in the third, someone in your community you may meet who is very helpful and loving and supportive of you. That could very well be. The Page of Cups, in respect to your finances, represents sudden intuitive breakthroughs or a surprise piece of information, a favorable piece of information that defies tradition or even logic. And it could also be a small windfall. You receive financial opportunities, small but very helpful wealth. This could be an unexpected job offer. Again, a small inheritance or a gift of money. And what it indicates also is that your wealth may arrive through a creative channel. A project again, a hobby perhaps, or a daydream comes true. An unexpected miracle is to be expected. Now, if you're in a holding pattern, as was indicated by the Chariot reversed, this suggests that those wheels start spinning again, moving forward. If you listen to your gut, if you listen to your intuition, your hunches, it means you have a very good chance of succeeding at something that is aesthetic, creative, emotionally fulfilling. So, sudden emotional openings, new connections that retrospectively defy logic, surprise messages, or even receiving an apology or social invitations from some unanticipated sector or source, making social connections in an atmosphere that you did not expect to make these connections. Or you might receive an unexpected opportunity to join a group or a new social circle. All of this is quite plausible with this beautiful card in the position of the unexpected. So we'll put that back in there, and we can continue to the final card, the outcome, the result. And that is the Six of Swords. Wow, all right, good. Let me put my cards down here and think about this for just a second. The Six of Swords. So you move to a more stable and harmonic environment. Be that a physical move in your community, moving a house within your community from one house to another, moving from one job to another, to a more stable job than the one you previously had. You see, the ferryman is rescuing the refugees, taking them from choppy waters to more calm, tranquil peaceful waters. So you enter a new social phase, perhaps, leaving hardship behind. A new economic phase, leaving hardship behind. But this move requires rational thinking, rational planning, objective strategizing. You may have also to leave behind old habits, patterns, toxic patterns, maybe even a toxic job or neighborhood, or unproductive investments that you've made. Maybe you have to leave that behind. But it's certain that you need financial professional advice indicated by the ferryman who's helping the refugees to find their new home. This is financial recovery, success through persistence, and a mentor or a guide that will help you. So if you've been dealing with, say, online or friendship groups that are toxic, this is a move away from such experiences. You make an exit from something, and in doing so, you achieve extraordinary results on with mental stability, mental harmony. And you know, this card is also known as science. So doing scientific research, research in the field of finance or about how you're making your money, using your mind. And the third house is also about the mind, ideas, being inventive, and perhaps you come up with a solution that helps move you into a new cycle of peace and harmony. That is your forecast for March 2026. And thank you very much for coming to your forecast. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And if you would like a personal and private reading with me, there's links below. Aloha and namaste.